Hello everybody and welcome! Welcome to a game that I'm sure some of you know, Star Fox Assault. Now you might be asking yourself, Chris, why are you playing this game? It's not relevant at all to 2018. Well, rather than tell you why, I think I'd rather show you why. This is Starlink. This is a game by Ubisoft that's announced for later this year. And they just revealed this at their E3 presentation.
Could use a little help here. Can you hear me?
That is Star Fox's voice. What? When I heard that during the E3 presentation, I flipped out. You see Fox, he's right there. Star Fox is in another game, another space game.
Let's rock and roll, boys.
Holy crap, guys. This is the best Star Fox game since Zero wasn't too bad. But anyway, this got me way more irrationally excited than I really should have. You think Infinity War was the greatest crossover event of 2018? This has a beat. For me, at least. You know, Star Fox fan. So, Ubisoft came out of nowhere and revealed that Star Fox is crossing over with their game Starlink. They had Miyamoto in the crowd, like, totally unassuming. Like, I like to imagine being the guy sitting behind him and being like, huh, that guy looks familiar. Isn't he from Nintendo? I know, he kind of might be from Nintendo, not completely sure. What's he doing here? Apparently he's here to accept... I saw this and I immediately wanted like 12 of them. Like, I'm not even sure if Miyamoto understands what's happening right here. Like, look at him. Look at him right here. He looks at it and he's like, it looks like he's trying to give it back. He didn't understand that this was a gift for him.
So let's go and join them.
He's like, I understand. I need to go back to the stage. I need to go back, right? Is that where I give this back? Like, Miyamoto's happy. He doesn't understand what's going on. He's just happy that people are cheering for Star Fox. He almost throws the R-Wing away, you know. But yeah, this, like, we don't know if that Star Fox racing game is real or not. But if it is, Nintendo didn't show it off. So this is the only confirmed Star Fox that we're getting this year. And as a fan of Star Fox, I take what I can get, honestly. And so, to celebrate the occasion, because they confirmed that you can... Here, let me show you guys some gameplay. They confirmed that you can play the entire game, the entire story mode of this game, as Fox. He has his own story mode. He has specially recorded lines from Star Fox's voice actor, Mike West, actually detailing why he's in this universe, and that he has a reason to be here. He's, like, chasing down Starwolf. Like, the fact that they went through all the trouble of giving him his own story mode, letting you play completely as him in his ship. I usually don't expect much from Ubisoft, but when they deliver, they deliver. But anyway, enough talking about the game. Let's play the game. So this is Star Fox Assault for the GameCube. This was a game that was basically the first shooting game in the Star Fox series since Star Fox 64. Because between this and that, all we had was Star Fox Adventures, which was a decent game in its own right, but it wasn't really a Star Fox game. It was originally a game by Rare, meant to be something completely different, and what they ended up doing was Miyamoto saw that it kind of looked like Star Fox, and then he told them, hey, make this a Star Fox game. Like, take your character, put her into a crystal, and then just exchange her with Fox. Fox is the main character now. Miyamoto makes some questionable decisions sometimes. I'm not sure if that was to the game's benefit, but it came out, it was pretty good. And it added some weird lore to the Star Fox universe. Like, for instance, in this game, Peppy is retired. What's up, Nash? Civil level. What? I don't know. I thought that was normal mode. Also, listen to the voice acting in this game. It's terrible. It's like the voice actors didn't get the memo. They're everywhere. They didn't get the memo of how serious they're supposed to be. You love this game? I love this game. This was the first shooting game we got since Star Fox 64, basically. And it was a return to form for the Star Fox series. It wasn't made by Nintendo.
We underestimated the strength of his reserve.
Sorry if I'm talking over the dialogue, but you guys aren't missing that much.
Detecting gate transmission outside the combat sector.
So this game was made by Namco.
Command, this is Star Fox team.
It was made by Namco, and it was basically since they're good at arcade games, they were tasked with this.
Leave these losers to the pros. We'll beat them in no time.
So I have mixed feelings about the voice acting in this game. It is more professional than any other game in the series, but it doesn't have the charm of 64. And we don't talk about Adventure's voice acting. We just don't.
Well, Hux, looks like we're not too late.
Yep, of course, General.
It's just so crazy. I can't believe Andros had so darn many troops left behind.
They're almost all common scum, in it for the money.
They're quite dedicated for a bunch of hired guns.
Peppy's retired, and Crystal is in the team.
Okay, I see now. So we're here because...
It's kind of odd how that turned out.
We're here
Rare created character just became canon.
On ice.
Yes, you must take him down. I'm counting on you. Now, get prepped and go.
The only story we have so far, we're fighting Andrew. Andrew being the nephew of Andros, who was part of the Star Wolf team in Star Fox 64. Now he's apparently gained control of the army after we killed Andros. I guess that kind of makes sense. But anyway, that's our opening. Pretty simple enough. I hope nothing escalates from this situation. This was the game that kind of confirmed that Slippy was a boy, considering he's had a girl voice actor up until then. Or, well, the voice acting was still questionable in Adventures. For Slippy especially.
Communications line green.
Lycanese no pushover, so be careful out there.
Nash, if you saw the if you saw those rumors for the Star Fox Grand Prix, apparently the rumor is that it takes place in the ending of Star Fox Command, where they join the F-Zero Grand Prix. So good. So good. I hope that game is real. I really want it to happen. I'm gonna stream the heck out of that. Second best ending. First ending being Slippy goes and creates an entire family. Clearly, yes, absolutely. There we go, Star Fox. Star Fox, a rail shooter. There really aren't enough of these days. So Star Fox always starts with Slippy getting in trouble. That's one thing. It's a rail shooter game, as you can see. And it's pretty much Nintendo's, it's the series they have not really a good idea of what to do with. Every time they go back to their roots, people complain about it. But, you know, I enjoy the games that they do put out. Mostly because I am a fan of rail shooters, and as I said, there's not really enough of them these days. I picked up Sin and Punishment when they put it on the Virtual Console for N64. That was really good. So, I feel like if they ever make another Star Fox game, maybe Treasure should be in charge of it. Sin and Punishment is great. There was also that Wii sequel they made to it. I don't know. I haven't heard if that one was good, but I would think so. It was still made by Treasure. So every Star Fox game, they kind of change up the controls a bit. But in general, using a barrel roll is the way you deflect attacks. And rings replenish your shields. That's what Slippy just said. I don't have a problem with Assault. It's just that it doesn't feel as fast as 64. Which is weird, because when you look at them side by side, you don't really move that much faster. I think it's because on the N64, you have such a low draw distance that enemies and stuff pop in. So you have less time to react to them, so it feels like you have to react faster to them. But this one, it's like the game, you see everything coming, like from really far away. So because of the great distances between you and them, because it's like space, you know, space is pretty big. You kind of see it happening way before you had a chance to shoot it. Like, I see these enemy ships in the background. I can't shoot them even when I'm close. But then the fact that my lasers don't even reach them makes me question whether or not I can shoot them. A minor nitpick, but if I were to make a new Star Fox game, if I were to make a rail shooter, speed would be a great way to, like, increase the arcadey feel of it. One of the few genres where high score still makes sense. But regardless, I still really like this game. I shouldn't nitpick minors. They can't consent. Well, you know, in Japan. Nash ever commenting on the consent of minors to playing Star Fox games, because we should always force kids to play Star Fox. This is how we get the new generation into them.
He seems to have fled, but he may be lying in wait for us. I want all of you to proceed with caution.
Worrying a bit much, aren't you, Gramps?
Let's take it in low.
So I always thought it was really cool how when they enter the atmosphere, they burn up, because that's how atmosphere works. And with every game they release after this, which is pretty much just 0, they take that effect up to like 11, with how much it feels like your ship is about to explode. But it's fine because they got the G diffusers. So when I first played this level, like, the shock and awe of going from space directly into Fortuna, which is not Ficina, it was just mind-blowing to see, like, wow, it went directly from space into this with, like, almost no loading? I mean, it's obviously just a loading effect, but with, I mentioned before, I'm excited for Ubisoft's game Starlink to come out, because they seem to be doing what No Man's Sky wanted to do. You can go, like, you can go directly between space and planet, and it's just a seamless transition. It really contextualizes you within the world. It makes it feel like you're part of the world, or in this case, the galaxy. Oof.
This must be it. Look out! The enemy's waiting for us.
It was always silly to me that you could destroy the legs and the bodies of these robots separately. It's like you could just destroy their top halves and let them continue on their meaningless lives with no upper body.
Whoa, get off me! Woo! Thanks, Fox.
So I think the strength of rail shooters is their ability to take you on sort of like an adventure. I was comparing this in Star Fox 64 to games like Kid Icarus Uprising, and by comparison, Kid Icarus Uprising feels a lot like a theme park ride. And by that I mean, like, there's this defined story to each level. With like a beginning, middle, and end. And like, the conversations and stuff, they play out like a theme park ride, where everything is scripted, yes, but it keeps the pace flowing. So even though it's like clearly a show, it is a show for you. It's like a performance.
Persistent little pest, aren't you?
So that's something that Star Fox 64 and even this have less of.
That's enough hide and seek. Let me show you my true power.
Oikony, you ignorant ape. What are you up to?
Careful, Fox. You never know what a cornered beast might do.
Character action games use a similar strategy. I remember watching something from the Super Best Friends debating on what a character action game is. Because it's like, it's almost as vague as role-playing game. Like, yes, character action game. There are characters and there are action. There's action. Oh, that's a lot of games. That's this game. It's got characters. It's got action. Yeah, but I know what you mean. It's more like stuff like Bayonetta, where it's like not quite only a beat 'em up. It's a game where like the focus is on like being a character. What? So this is Oikony, Andrew Oikony. This boss fight is basically a copy of Andross, the final boss of most Star Foxes. The thing that was pretty thematic is how this is the first boss of the game. This is the first boss of the game, but it's the last boss of the previous game. So it's like you're starting off where the last game ended. And so what happens here? I'll let it happen.
Is that all you fools have got? I am the one and only true heir to the great Emperor Andross, the new Emperor, Andrew Oikony.
Yep. He dead. He's super dead. Reinforcements from us? No. It's something completely different. Now the real story starts.
No, it can't be.
So this pretty much symbolizes a new direction for the series. Like, forget Andross. This is what's happening now.
There's no time to hesitate. Return fire.
Nash says character action games have a similar scripting for boss fights in general. Yeah, that's something. That's one thing about a good boss fight. It feels like you're progressing as you fight it, and one way to do that is to have like the roller coaster theme park-ish progression. What? So anyway, I was like I said, I was comparing this to Kid Icarus Uprising. Kid Icarus Uprising has a very scripted like plot to each level. And that contributes. I feel like one thing that Star Fox could use a bit more of is playing on the strengths of character interaction between your wingmen.
There's just something creepy about this guy.
So, like here, right now, everyone's commenting on the boss, but at the same time, they're kind of just saying what I can already observe. Like they're telling me how to pilot the ship. They're telling me like what parts of the thing to hit. They're telling me when to attack. Like they're not really characters as much as they are just exposition. They're just narrating what happens. One thing that was pretty strong about Star Fox 64 is how they felt like they were reacting to just like random parts of the level. Like Sylvie saying, "Whoa, it's beautiful," to Aquas. Falco saying things like, "Pretty smooth flying. That you're doing cool stuff." They're like, it feels like they're interacting with you, and because this game is a bit more story based, they're a bit more serious. They're a bit more like reacting to the level itself. It fits the tone of this game. It serves like the overall tone that they're going for here.
Somehow we beat it.
strange creature. Wait, what's that?
I don't believe it. Fox, you have to get that.
Really? Well, okay.
I always love how he's like, what is that? It looks weird. Fox, go get it. Okay.
We got company.
Fox does not screw around in this game.
Fox, grab that thing and get out of there.
So, because everyone's so serious in this game, whenever something silly happens, it just becomes even more silly to me. Is what the point I was trying to say there. So,
Ships are home. That was awesome, team.
Nicely done. I see you haven't lost any moves.
so I miss Peppy being part of the team, but him being the mentor old guy is pretty good too. Pretty strong. Since the point of his character is that he piloted with Fox's father.
Members of Star Fox, a grave danger looms. The Lilac system is in peril.
What? How do you know?
Tell me everything,
know.
Richard Nixon.
The research director will brief you on all the details.
Hello again, everybody.
Dad,
Forgot.
you're the research director?
I forgot about
You
Slippy's
never
dad.
told me that.
Well, gee, didn't I? Yes. Well, in any case, if I may continue, these Aparoids...
Aparoids?
Indeed, they
They got
are the
hemorrhoids
enemies
now?
you faced earlier. I
Yeah.
believe it was about 17 years ago. A whole fleet was destroyed by a sole Aparoid.
Well, that thing sucked.
We were somehow able to survive that trial, but that was just a taste of what's coming. But we are currently analyzing data from the core memory you found. But we could understand much more if we had a complete specimen.
We have detected a distress signal originating from the Kaina outpost. However, we're unable to contact anyone there.
Rip.
We suspect Aparoid involvement. You must find the distress signal.
No problem at all, sir.
How convenient.
I'll head to the surface immediately. That signal shouldn't be too hard to find.
As soon as we found the Aparoids, everyone found
It's
them.
too dangerous. I'm going too.
No, I want you guys in our wings, covering me from above. I'm counting on you. Let's do this.
Oh god, he's staring right at the camera. It's weird to me that they kept Slippy's father, Beltino, canon when they rebooted the whole thing. I honestly actually didn't play Star Fox Guard. When did Crystal become an ace pilot? You know, I always wondered about that. She's like a native from a dinosaur planet. Like, what does she know about piloting a ship? My headcanon for that was always that she like read Fox's mind because she has like telekinetic powers and like learned how to fly. Maybe? But even that doesn't really make sense.
It's too quiet.
Be careful, it's a trap.
Something's wrong here.
Yeah, why are you out of your ship? You could have done this from the ship.
It's a trap.
It's a trap! So welcome to the most divisive part of Star Fox Assault, the on-foot segments.
Fox, first get rid of the Aparoids in your path.
Oh wait. So I made sure before this to set up my controls so that they were dual stick, because this was back in the day before dual stick FPS controls was a standard. The default is to just move with
You
the
gotta change weapons to fit the situation.
A button. The default was to use a single stick, and then you have to use that to move and aim.
On your radar.
I need to go to the radar point? Yes. So these missions, unlike the rail shooter segments, are mission-based. So basically all I'm doing right now is learning how to play as on foot.
The machine gun's not working on that enemy. You gotta change weapons to fit the situation.
What?
The longer you charge your
Whoopsie.
shot, the stronger it becomes.
But the mission here is basically to destroy all the Aparoids.
Target Fox.
All the hammer Aparoids. But this is basically just a tutorial. Not bad. The thing that I think people don't like about these sections is that
Send me a landmaster,
there
will
are
you?
a lot of foot segments in comparison to
Well,
plane
I got my hands
segments.
full. But what else is new?
Done. Here's your landmaster.
Let me know if you get lonely and I'll drop by.
Nah, all I need is a landmaster.
I think it would be less divisive if they pasted a little more, like they spaced out the
Good to see the
on-foot
transmission
segments.
system's targeting is as sterling as ever.
Also, really good targeting, Peppy. You totally put that landmaster in the right place. They had to appease the Adventures fans. Well, that's the thing. I'm not even sure if this appeases Adventures fans. Adventures. It's not exactly the stick bashing that Adventures had. Give me that. I want it. Got it. I remember playing the multiplayer of this game with my neighbors. Crystal, I'm on the ground. I have my own things to deal with. I'm trying. Can I not charge? I can. So much for Crystal being an ace pilot. Can I?
No way! I can't shake him! Unbelievable!
Unbelievable, considering you've only been piloting an R-Wing for like a couple of years at best. Are you saved yet?
I thought I was done for. Thanks, Fox.
Jesus. That's one thing that ties into what I was saying about needing to make the characters feel more interactive. If the only thing you're doing with them is saving them, that makes them less appealing. So the Landmaster can boost. It can also hover for a bit. They did a cool thing with Star Fox Zero in that you can upgrade the Landmaster so that it can just straight up fly. And it's still different from the R-Wing in the sense that it's slower, it's like less mobile than a straight up plane. The levels that you're in are still more ground focused.
Way to go, Fox. That's the spirit.
But it still feels really good to play.
Roll out of harm's way.
You can roll. I think my health is getting kind of low. I'm not exactly preserving this thing. Speaking of the Landmaster, this was the design they used for Fox's Final Smash in Brawl and 4. If you're watching this in the future, then you already know, but Smash 5 replaced Fox's Final Smash with just a coordinated assault from the R-Wings. I need to find the next target. It's over here. It was part of a coordinated effort for them to kind of streamline Final Smashes as a whole. So the Landmaster Final Smash had to go, unfortunately. As silly as it was. The fun thing about that Final Smash was just hovering to get people into the KO zone. Like, not even shooting them, just like lifting them into space and then having them die. But I'll miss that. I'll miss that in Smash 5.
Whoa, what are these things?
This looks bad. Our scans show those things can spawn more Aparoids.
What the? Whack! They just destroyed my Landmaster.
Fox, check the location of the Landmaster on radar.
Got it.
Don't roll on my Landmaster. I haven't even gotten in it yet. Oh boy. Gotcha.
What in the world is that giant thing?
So the Landmaster is pretty good in this game. I mentioned before, I remember playing multiplayer, and me and my friend would just compete for whoever could get that Landmaster first, because it basically would just destroy whoever's on foot. Just run over them. Oh, Flippy's in trouble. Big surprise there.
Thanks, Fox. I thought I was a goner.
I forget if Star Fox Zero had multiplayer. It didn't, right? I guess you really couldn't, since the gamepad, there was only one. And heck, if Nintendo was gonna do online play with Star Fox, that would make too much sense.
You gotta hurry up and destroy those things, Fox.
Imagine if Nintendo made a definitive version of Star Fox Zero for the Switch, and then they add like online multiplayer, and then like make the controls even better. I'll phrase it like that. We'd basically have every important Wii U game on the Switch at that point, since almost everything is already coming to it. Because Star Fox Zero did a lot of good things, actually. It's just that everyone is focused so much on the motion controls that they don't think about the other aspects of the game. Like that, if that game had more levels that were, like I said, scripted like theme park rides, then it would be more memorable. So I'm gonna say basically my thoughts on Zero were that I wish there was more, actually. I got used to the motion controls pretty fast. I can see how people have problems with them. I remember when it came out, the Completionist did his video on it. And the thing about the Completionist is he tends to get used to how games work pretty fast. So for him, getting used to the controls was no problem. He was able to see like the actual merits to the game. And on the most part, I agree with what he says. But I feel like the way he phrased his thoughts on the game made him easy to discredit if you're biased against the motion controls, because that always becomes a point of contention. Basically, the motion controls were a big red herring to talking about that game, and it's impossible to talk about it. What the game did well, I wish there was more of it. Like, there were some really good levels, like the Sky Dragon level, for the Sky Dragon Fortuna level. That game was probably one of my favorites of that entire game. The wolf fight on the planet with the trenches. Oh yeah. Basically, what that game did with Star Wolf, how he like appeared within the levels, and like you had to chase him down in order to go down other paths. That's the thing. That's a good way to implement what I said about making characters feel important in the story. They're not just more set pieces, they're actually like part of the world. Ugh. What you do with them actually matters. Die already. Gatling gun. Everything in here? Okay. Oh, there's an enemy in the elevator. I wasn't really looking at it. Nash says you didn't have much time for games when it came out, but it felt really good to you. Yeah, there are really good things about that game that I'm sad people missed out on. Now, Star Fox Guard, I did not touch at all. It has never even entered my Wii U. I was afraid about this, but I didn't want to turn this into talking about Zero, because I know that people, for the most part, don't like it. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I played of it. It wasn't as good as 64 to me, but a big reason for that was because of how much of it was just from 64. One thing that got a bit too much flack, I think, is how people complained that the story was a remake of 64. But people are saying like, oh, they did that too many times already. But they've only did one actual remake of 64 for the 3DS, and not even that many people bought it. So why is everybody complaining? I mean, Nintendo pretty much reboots all of their series. Like, every Mario game is Mario saving the princess. Every Zelda game is Link defeating Ganon. Where am I supposed to go? Okay, this way. So why are they suddenly complaining that Star Fox is about Fox killing Andross? That's just a bit silly to me. Nash, did you actually play Guard? It was a cool concept, yeah, because of how it actually used the... Okay, I think I might have locked myself out of the Landmaster. I think I left it up there. Now I don't know how to get back down, or get back up. And behold, another reason people tend to not like these segments. You spend a lot of time just wandering around trying to figure out how to get to your objective.
Got it.
I think they're fine. I think they're passable. Certainly not as bad as other games that try to do multiple gameplay styles. Sonic Adventure 2. Don't get me wrong, I loved Sonic Adventure 2 when I got to play as Sonic, and even the Tails and Eggman segments. So basically everything besides Knuckles. When I played that game, I basically just played through those segments in order to get more Sonic. There's one more. Nash played a little bit of Guard.
They'll be the only witnesses.
We've got to rescue them.
It was funny that they revealed Project Guard and then Project Giant Robot, and then revealed them to be in the Star Fox universe. But then Project Robot just became nothing until the Nintendo Labo came about, and it turns out, oh, Nintendo Labo, that's what happened with Project Giant Robot. You are the giant robot.
I'm sensing targets within the buildings.
Nash, you should build that giant robot. It's been sitting in your apartment for a while now. I'm not sure if Labo is even that relevant for Let's Plays anymore. What is hitting me?
Are you okay, Fox?
Camera, too close. Enemies, too many.
A new target has been confirmed.
You gotta destroy that last one. Find it on your radar.
The robot's actually pretty cool. It takes like 5 hours to build. I had to build it over the span of 2 days. But it's really cool. The building music's really good in Nintendo Labo. They play this like funky song reminiscent of Uptown Funk. Like it just gets stuck in your head. The engineering that goes behind those things is super intense.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh boy, boss fight time.
So, the leader, huh?
That thing is giant and ugly.
And ugly too.
That thing has a core memory.
You heard the lady, Fox. We gotta get that core memory.
So this is a cool boss. It's a giant thing, and you gotta weaken it to the point where it kneels down so you can actually get on top of it. So they actually remade this boss for Star Fox Zero. Ow. I got stepped on. Ow, ow, ow.
Now, Fox. Its weak point is on the top.
Get on top by hovering.
Alright, I'm top of it. Now what?
That's it, Fox. That's its weak point.
That's it, Fox. Now you got it.
Don't let it shake you off, Fox.
Ooh.
You have to get on top of it to
No, 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 no. I need. Dang it.
I sent you
Crap.
a land
Run away.
Fox. Check the location of the landmaster on radar.
You know what, Pepe, if you can go ahead and just send me like 5 landmasters, that'd be great. I assure you I will need them all.
Roll out a hard work.
So this boss was really cool in Zero with the cockpit view, because it actually looked like I was looking up at a giant ass bug thing. That was
That's it, Fox.
Miyamoto.
You got it.
Basically the idea between having the split view between cockpit and regular view in Zero was Miyamoto was like, it would be really cool if you just instantly switch between the two. And once you wrap your head around like mentally dealing with the two screens, I think he's right about that. It looks really dang cool.
I sent you a landmaster, Fox. Check the location of the landmaster on radar.
Of course, if you can't wrap your head around it, then it just becomes really dang confusing and unintuitive. Stop stepping on my shit! I need that. It's like a child stepping on its toys.
Use the hover to get on top of it.
I'll try to draw their fire. The rest is up to you.
I actually still have not finished the rest of my Nintendo Labo Variety Kit. I still need to build the motorcycle and the house. The house is pretty cool. It's like a little Tamagotchi thing where a pet lives inside it.
Fox, get that core memory.
Okay, that must be it.
Careful, we don't know anything about what we're up against.
I know that. Hey, it looks like that distress signal is no longer transmitting.
That doesn't sound good.
Hey, thanks for helping me out.
Oh, Pigma, you son of a biz.
Long time no see, Fox.
The SOS signal. It was you?
This is I'm here. I'll just help myself to this.
No, that's...
Welcome to Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Is it that important? Then I'm gonna be rich. Smell you later.
Gary?
Stop! Pigma! Dang!
Fox, I'm tracking Pigma on radar. Get back to the Great Fox now.
So, with Star Fox Assault, everything dealing with the characters and the story is really good. They actually feel like they're
All ships are home. Not a bad day's work.
they're basically
As enemies go, they're a handful.
playing out this space opera where the like events happen and they all like react to it in a realistic way. And the story does go interesting places. Like here, Pigma stole the core memory that we were looking for. Chased the MacGuffin.
Curse you, Pigma. Why'd you run to such a vile place?
This colony's supposed to be a hideout for all sorts of criminals.
Don't you idiots know? This is part of Lord O'Donnell's territory.
Hey, who let you in?
This is the Star Fox team. We're here for a hog named Pigma. We don't want trouble.
We don't know about no Pigma or any other fool. And now we know you're Star Fox, you ain't going nowhere. Come on, you lazy scum. Let's skin this fox and his whole crew. Get more guys up here. Come on.
Hey, I got a message from my dad. It's about the core memory that Pigma nabbed.
From
He
your
says it might
father.
contain the location of the Aparoid homeworld. We've got to get it back, no matter what.
Gateway initiation detected. Enemy force increasing.
Even if we pound them, this is going to become a war of attrition.
Pound 'em.
I knew something about those transfer gateways. Okay, Slippy and I will wipe out the transfer gateways to hideout.
Understood. Falco and Crystal, deal with those battleships outside.
All right, leave space to us.
Be careful, Fox.
You too, Crystal.
So the reason I have mixed feelings about the voice acting in this game is it's not quite sure whether it wants to be serious or silly. Like that bandit had like a super cartoony voice. And yet everyone in the Star Fox team is calmly discussing the next debriefing. I think if they should take a tone and stick with it. Stick with it. So right off the bat, from another on-foot mission,
I've made it inside.
we're going on foot again.
Everything's on your end, Slippy.
I made it too!
Okay, let's get this operation started.
This is what I was mentioning before.
There. That's a ship.
And here we go.
For the people that went into this game expecting to just
Mind the gauge in the upper left part of the
shoot
screen. The gauge
like
shows
Star Fox
enemy
64,
presence around the hideout. Destroy the targets before the gauge
there's a lot of
opens.
downtime between
Keep your wits about you, everyone.
those sequences.
Destruction of transfer device confirmed.
Enemy ship down.
This game doesn't do these segments too badly. It's just not what people expected.
That's a transfer device. Hurry up and destroy it.
What are they transferring? They're transferring something. I'm not even sure. I like how these enemies are just like generic shooter
Yep.
baddies. I'm not even sure what they're supposed to be. Historically, the villains in Star Fox games were all monkeys. And you can even see that in Star Fox 64 because they have like monkey theming and their little portraits in the... Even though you're fighting machines that fly, their little portraits show that they're being piloted by monkeys. So this would have been like a perfect time to show you actually fighting like the monkey people. See, like that. Like, it's just implied that the person in there was a monkey, but they're inside suits for some reason. Where do I need to go? Do I have fall damage? No. That's good. There's a red here somewhere. I guess it's above me. Wasn't Andross in charge of the monkeys? True.
The blaster's not working on that enemy.
True. Just basically whatever animals they are in general, they could have just shown them rather than being these faceless suits and machines piloted by something. Fox is like using all of his might to throw that grenade.
That's it, Fox. Only a few transfer devices remain.
Switching to dual stick controls is probably
Attacks from above. Jump to avoid their attacks.
switching to dual stick controls for this was actually probably the best thing I could have done. Now I can actually play it like a shooter.
If things get dicey, use a barrier.
That's one thing. You would think these enemies would try to destroy my ship. I did kind of just leave it parked there. Where is that last transfer device? I guess they're all above me. Wasn't paying attention. Can't destroy that. Alright. Accidentally switched weapons. Dang it. So even though you can use dual stick controls, this was still kind of before they figured out how to do FPS or third-person shooter controls. So switching weapons is a toggle, which gets annoying if you accidentally skip one.
The machine gun's not working on that enemy.
You never really think how big those upgrades are until you like see one compared to Fox. I think it's huge.
Transfer device.
You have to wonder how that plugs into the R-Wing.
Uh-oh! Enemy reinforcements have hit the space front!
So now that enemy reinforcements are hitting the space front, I have the option of getting to my R-Wing and actually helping the fight out there. Oh, it's working. Super lucky. Can I take friendly fire from that, I wonder?
Looks like the other devices are in a higher area.
Gotta get higher. Found it.
Let 'em have it, boys.
What is that voice supposed to be? Are you like a bully of some sort? A schoolyard bully?
So this is the highest area in the hideout.
Look out for enemy ambushes.
The machine gun's not working on that enemy.
Peppy, please. I don't need your advice right now.
Reinforcements confirmed. I'm returning their fire.
We're being overrun here. Blast the space fighters.
It's fine, Peppy. I don't need... You can handle it just fine. I trust in you. Never give up, trust your instincts. That's what you always say, right? There's another barrier.
Destruction of transfer device confirmed.
Are there any more?
Fox, only one transfer device left.
I'm kind of deep in enemy territory over here. I should just focus on getting that last one. Oh good, medkit.
If this keeps up, the enemy forces will take this
Give me, do I have any more grenades? No. Die! Mirage Leonardo 84, what's up? Thoughts on Star Fox and Starlink? I'm excited. I'm actually excited. I really did. Oh, welcome to the stream, by the way. I had my eye on that game ever since it got announced. That was last year. But actually, it was the reveal at E3 that solidified my my purchase of that game. I have it pre-ordered on Switch now. I gotta have that R-Wing. I gotta have that R-Wing. It's just amazing. The minute I saw Miyamoto get one, I'm like, I need 12 of these.
You fools. What are you idiots up to now?
Uh-oh. I hope Starlink is a good game.
You're on my turf now. Watch your step, Fox.
I think I'll torment you a bit before I cook you.
Leon's voice is weird in this game. Guess it kind of fits though.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Panther, and all who see my rose meet death.
That was not necessary.
We're just here for Pigma, okay? Shut your traps and hand him over.
Pigma? Don't know anything about Pigma. But there is one thing. I'm owed an apology. And I will have it.
Those who don't know, Wolf is voiced by the engineer from Team Fortress 2 in this game. But yeah, I hope Starlink is I hope it's a good game, because apparently you can play as Fox the entire game. So like, I can just get it. I can just get the game and pretend I'm playing a new Star Fox game. It's not going to be quite the same because Star Fox is traditionally a rail shooter, and Starlink is like a sort of like open world adventure thing. But regardless, I'm still excited for it.
Understood. Leave it to me, Fox.
Fox, I've got enemies on my tail.
Now you've done it. Don't mess with me, Fox.
I'm messing with you. I'll mess with you if I want. Wolf is my nemesis. Okay, I'll say Crystal, sure. You are far away. You're not even being chased by Starwolf. What the heck?
Nice work, Fox. You're pretty good in a pinch.
Nathan, was Crystal always that emotionless? It's hard to tell because she basically didn't exist in her own game. She had that cameo appearance where she just yelled all the time. But It was supposed to be her. Star Fox Adventures was supposed to be her whole game, and she was just relegated to a Leon. Get out of here! How do I do a barrel? How do I do a somersault? And in that game, she pretty much just sounded like yelling all the time, and it wasn't even in English. It was like, I mentioned before, but the voice acting in this game is hit or miss with me, because sometimes they sound super cartoony. Wolf's voice acting is great, and sometimes they just sound like they're kind of just talking.
Now you've done it. Enemy ship down. Now you've done it.
Or have I done it now, Wolf? Am I doing it yet? Am I doing it now, Mr. Krabs? So going back to Starlink, one thing they said is that
That's the end of it.
I need this ring, please. I don't actually need it. Awkward. There's a Leon over here.
What do you think I am?
Dead. Going back to Starlink, they actually came up with an entire, like... Okay, that's how you do it, somersault. They came up with an entire reason for Fox to be in it, and he has his own, like, story. That shows, like, it's not just a cameo. They actually care about Star Fox. I'm excited for it. Come on, come on, come on. Ugh.
Can't believe I get beat.
Okay, what is that? What is that? Wolf just died in the cold vacuum of space. And all he can say is, can't believe I've been beat. Just can't believe it. I'm gonna die now. I'm in the cold vacuum of space. I have no oxygen. That's it. That's it.
I ate that.
He ate it for dinner. Where is Starwolf? There's one. Panther.
How could this be? I've been. I'm not getting.
How could this be?
I can't shake it.
I'm dead. I am also dead. Yes. Yes. I seem to have been ejected from my ship. There's nothing protecting me from gamma rays of the sun.
What do you think I am?
It's really quite inconvenient.
Go on like this.
Falco, don't die. What the hell? I can't even see what's chasing you.
Fox!
It's not even Starwolf. You should be fine. Come on.
Sorry, Fox. I'm not too proud of what you just witnessed.
Wolf doesn't sound serious. Oh, I think he sounds too serious.
What do you think I am?
Like, he should be Fox's nemesis. He should be, like, angry at Fox being here. Like, the sight of Fox to drive Wolf to insanity. But instead here, he just kind of sounds like, yeah, Star Fox, you're here. I must destroy you now. I don't know anything about Pigma. Yes, He was pretty good in Zero. In Zero, he was great. Same voice actor, too.
Me?
I think.
Nice going.
Actually, now I'm not quite sure if it
That's
was...
the end of our operation.
It might be the 64 voice actor. I'm not quite sure.
That's enough for now, Fox.
Come on, Wolf. Enough of this. Just hand over Pigma already.
Pigma's no longer part of Starwolf. And if he'd shown his filthy hide here, my men would have driven him out.
But then where did Pigma go?
Ah, the lovely crystal. Words do you no justice. I am Panther Caruso. Here's to us. Ow.
Huh? Who's this idiot?
Falco just barely noticed his existence.
What was that?
Forget him. Look, just tell us where Pigma is.
How can I resist this beauty? I believe the comm record will point you toward Vicina.
You talk too much. Panther, Leon, let's go. Remember this, Fox. Starwolf will take you down one day.
Yeah. Sure it will. That's one thing about the Star Fox series that people don't really agree on. whether it should be serious or whether it should be cartoony.
All ships are home. That was some reunion, huh?
I would have been happy not seeing that face again.
I lean more towards the cartoony side, and thus I prefer the Star Fox 64 voices. Things like, all ships report in! Instead of Fox here being like, mission complete. Thanks, good job, guys. Ooh, I can now use the hideout in versus mode. But anyway, I think I gotta switch games soon. I gotta get more of that Splatoon Octo DLC in. Whoop.
We have arrived at...
Let me just save that for next time. But yeah, I'm gonna switch games over to Splatoon 2 in a bit. If you want more Star Fox, go ahead and give me a follow so you can catch the next time I stream. I'm gonna continue this. I really like this game.
Rob.
I just wish that there were more. I just wish that Star Fox games were made more often, basically. But yeah, I do a lot of Star Fox. I wish I did a lot of Star Fox. I just wish there were more games to play. If that Star Fox racing game is real, then 100% I'm going to stream that on release day. Like I don't even know if that's going to be a good game or not. But it better be. Starlink, that's also going to come up when that comes out. I think October. But yeah. So thank you for watching Star Fox. I'm switching to Splatoon. The Octo DLC is really fun, and I've been excited to play more of that. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll see you next time. If you're on Twitch, stay tuned.